Welcome to the whirlpool of the unsolved, where the unsolved is questioned and dissected. I'm Frank, and today's episode we will be talking about the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer is a psychopath, a most likely average Joe in a murderous time, roaming the street at night, just waiting for his next victim. Young teens and adults unsafe under the light from the moon as they use that time for romance. But a dark shade is casted over them, a shadow appears, and death lurks with a knock on the window. Shots that are surprising with the last gasp of air. The man who did this horrendous thing never caught, still wandering the streets. Maybe those same streets and parks that he enjoyed killing in. A maniac, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a serial killer, undiscovered, a boogeyman. So, who is or was the Zodiac Killer? The Zodiac Killer is a serial killer who killed out of Northern California. He is to be responsible for 7 victims. 5 were killed and 2 survived, though he has claimed that he have killed 37 people. It has not been proven true. The known areas of his murders happen in Benicia, Vallejo, Napa County, and San Francisco. The victims, David Arthur Faraday, who was 17, and Betty Lou Jensen, 16, was shot and killed December 20th, 1968 on Lake Herman Road within the city limits of Benicia. Michael Renault Majeu, 19, and Darlene Elizabeth Farron, 22, shot on July 4th, 1969, in a parking lot of Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. While Majeu survived the attack, Farron was pronounced dead on arrival at Kaiser Foundation Hospital. Brian Calvin Hartnell, 20, and Cecilia Ann Shepard, 22, stabbed on September 27, 1969, at Lake Berryessa in Napa County. Hartnell survived 8 stab wounds to the back, but Shepard died as a result of her injuries on September 29, 1969. Paulie Stein, 29, shot and killed on October 11, 1969, in the Presidio Heights neighborhood in San Francisco. How did he kill him? Well, clearly we can see that he shot and killed most of his victims, except for the exception of 2, Brian Calvin Hartnell and Cecilia Ann Shepard, which he stabbed. Hartnell survived, but Cecilia had died from her injuries. It was in the late 60s, going into 70s, when his murders occurred. A time when there were still so many changes happening to America. Plenty of protesting and changes in law. A time really dedicated to making a difference and acceptance. Now I want to go into the Zodiac letters, the infamous Zodiac letters. And I'm going to read one of them that I have here that's really clear. It says, "This is the Zodiac speaking. I am the murderer of the taxi driver over by Washington Street and Maple Street last night. To prove this love is a blood-stained piece of his shirt." And I don't know if it's love, but it looks like it says love. Shirt. "I am the same man who did in the people in the South Bay area. The San Francisco police could have caught me last night if they had." So, and clearly there's more letters. One other letter that I have here that I can honestly read with the quality. "I shot a man sitting in a parked car with a .38 and then he puts SFPD. So I'm assuming he's talking about San Francisco Police Department. The map coupled with this code will tell you where the bomb is set. You have until next fall to dig it up. And I believe this is during the time that he was claiming that he was going to blow up children and things of that sort. I think he was a man that wanted to feel power. Honestly, the Zodiac Killer, maybe he felt powerless on a daily basis, but found power and thirst for that power after killing, and wanted to continue to keep that feeling going. And honestly, I think this guy may be alive or not. I think it all depends how old he was during this period of time when he was killing. Because if he is alive, he's probably in his 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Because we have seen child killers before, so it's possible that he started at a very young age. But that's definitely something that I think. I do believe that he has killed more than what has been somewhat proven. I believe he probably hasn't killed as many as he has claimed to, but I do believe that it isn't too far off either. And trying to understand, what type of occupation he had, and being able to have all this time to actually continue to do what he's doing, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think he. It's possible that this man was, he probably had an employer, but the type of work that he did allowed him plenty of time for himself to do what it is that he wanted to do, because clearly he planned a lot of these things out. Like he knew what time he was going to go to these places and what he was planning to do. So clearly he had time. And that's one of the things that I believe, like whatever, occupation he had as an employee, whatever job he actually worked, allowed him to actually have enough time to do whatever it is that he wanted to do in his spare time, which clearly was killing. And like I said, I believe he killed more than what's proven, what we have, as in he most likely did, the crimes that he most likely did. I don't believe that he killed as many as he said he has, which I believe was 37. I believe it's probably around the 20 mark, but we may never know. That's the truth of it all. I believe he was a loner, but they had plenty of friends and seemed to be normal without a doubt. That's my personal opinion of the Zodiac Killer, because my thing is, I think that at some point we probably would have caught him, because I'm pretty sure somebody in California would have caught him. A police department of some sort would have caught him if it wasn't, that he had somewhat of a normal life. Because think about it, if he would have just been dedicated to killing, I think it would have been easier for San Francisco Police Department or Vallejo Police Department or whatever, Sheriff Department, to be able to catch this killer. Because think about it, that means that he would just be sitting around just waiting to kill every single time, and most likely there would have been more murders than what occurred. This man had to be, a person that you wouldn't assume was a killer, that actually may have had friends and family, and may have had a real normal life. There's plenty of killers that have been caught that lived a normal life that you wouldn't expect of them to kill anybody. So it's possible that he was just one of those. And then it goes back into technology and how technology was back then at that time. and how much harder it would have been to capture this individual that has done these horrendous crimes. So I definitely believe that the Zodiac Killer is somebody that is probably still out here or dead. Like I said, it all depends on his age right now and how old he was when he started his horrendous crimes and things of that sort. But I believe this is a case that we may never find out. This is like almost another Jack the Ripper type of situation where years will go and all we have is speculation of who this serial killer is, and that's what makes this so mysterious and keeps it unsolved. And it's amazing, well, not amazing in a way that somebody can do something this horrendous and get away with it, and nobody knows who it is. Yes, there's plenty of books with, like I said, people saying that they believe that the Zodiac Killer was their father and so on and so forth. And I'm not saying that they are lying, but it's definitely something that I take into little consideration. Because if that was the case, I believe that we probably would have already known who the Zodiac Killer is. But that's all I have for you today. Short, sweet, to the point. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Whirlpool of the Unsolved. So, if you enjoyed it, I ask that you subscribe. I am planning to release more episodes and more straight to the point episodes. And if you have thoughts on this show and what I can do to make it better, go ahead and let me know. Okay? Thank you once again for listening to Whirlpool of the Unsolved. I'm Frank. Till next time.